you hear all the time. I was so drunk. I had 2 margaritas, I had 2 Miller Lights, and 2 gin and tonics. I don't remember sending that in. I don't remember playing it. I don't remember writing it. I don't remember recording it. I do not remember emailing it in. So anyway, try that.
Right. Get blasted, send it in.
They played it 6 times today.
I can't wait. Hardly wait. I can't wait.
And she's like, I have stage fright. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. And I started playing guitar.
Yeah.
And I never played live in front of a crowd before.
We'll do it live!
With the guitar. Then I saw her and I was like, well, she can do that
Yeah,
at
right?
the fucking Aladdin Theater. I can do it in front of 7 of my friends.
I'm going to say this. You have got a really good brand. You really do. Maybe ask in the chat that some of the people in the chat, Eric gets on break takes, Bacon gets on break takes.
Yeah.
And Horse
Every
is
person
amped.
here,
I am
basically.
amped. I am like wired right now. Is there a reason you wanted the 6th of November?
But now we're, of course, in D-November.
D-November. Whoa.
I'm going to be pumping out clips about my musical, my mixtape memoir. But today is special because it's my little brother's birthday. What's up, Turdler?
Your little brother's birthday today. Nice.
His name is Turdler.
It's wait. The kids.
I mean Tyler. I'm sorry. Whoops.
What'd you call him though? Turdler? Turdler? Turdler for Tyler? That's funny.
He doesn't like it. He's probably watching live, by the way.
He's watching it live?
No.
We'll do it live! So, Turdler,
Cool.
yes, the Turdler. The Turdler. That's one of the best little brother nicknames I've ever heard. The Turdler. Hey, Mom, where's Turdler?
And so I was left these lesson plans or show these videos. I'm like, okay, I always.
Let me guess, you showed this.
Not actually.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, you would have been their favorite teacher if you would have played that for an hour.
No, the 4th graders the day before I played it for them. And
so the elephants are pulling these off the trees.
Yeah, and then I'm on one elephant, and Tara, my wife, is on the other elephant, and the elephant rider guy just starts rubbing her tits. He's like reaching around, just like stroking her tits. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Like,
who's the elephants or your wife?
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
The guy is feeling your wife up?
Like scraping her. Like, I was like, what are you doing? Like smoothing her tits out. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
How dare you?
And he was like, he looks at me, he's like, the ants.
Oh.
And fire ants all over her.
Oh, shit. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was weird.
But I mean, your first reaction was like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't touch my wife. He's like, no, there's ants all over. So they came out of the trees. The elephants got too close to the trees, and the ants came on.
Yeah, they're like basically pulled them on her. But
right,
anyway.
Right. Wow.
That's my elephant story.
Wow, you got some good stories, dude. Supermarkets, for some reason, often become a type of stage for odd incidents. I hear you laughing. Are you peeing right now and listening?
Anyway, Jim, I don't like Dino songs. They're not very good songs. Run 'em. I know saying something sucks ain't a take, Jim, but you gotta make an exception. Because Dino sucks. Dino sucks. Dino sucks. Dino sucks. I know saying something sucks ain't a take, Jim, but you gotta make an exception. Because Dino sucks. Dino sucks. Dino sucks. Dino sucks.
Dude, it's damn near an anthem.
And she was a single lady in the 1970s. And she decided to share all of her escapades with her fucking sons.
Wait a minute. She lost her filter as a side effect to the brain?
Yeah.
So she went from being...
When the story starts, I was fucking 2 guys in a bathtub.
Wow.
in a hotel. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Haunted Horse is a bald-ass dork who wants to have a show. Will anybody ever watch it? The answer is probably no. He thought up a really stupid name. He calls it the Waterhole, where everybody thinks he's lame. And they're always sad they came. You wanna be where you can't see. Haunted Horse act lame. You wanna be where everybody's sad they came. You wanna be where you can see. Haunted Horse act lame. You wanna be where everybody's sad they came.
Someone isn't gonna like that.
Bot.
Your move, creep.
What
Bot.
a bummer.
Bot. Before we start the show, we gotta tackle the bot. Yo, bro, I just came across your stream and dropped a follow before heading out. I respect the hustle. I actually know a big Twitch streamer with around 3 million followers. Ooh. Where'd I lost my place? Who helps streamers grow with real viewers. No, I want fake viewers. Active chat and supporters who donate and sub regularly. If you're serious about taking your channel to the next level, add him on Discord, Forzen78, and tell him Shaggy Z sent you. Opportunities like this don't come around often. You know what that looks like
jump
to
on
me?
that.
Oh, I you know what? We're gonna end the show right now. I've gotta get with this guy because you know, if I wait too long, this opportunity might go away, and I'm gonna be so sad. You know what that looks like? It looks like an AI program wrote that paragraph for him. That looks very AI'd. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's
How's
up?
it
Good
going?
to be with you. It's going great.
Good.
It's going great.
Good. Dino
Yep.
roped you in. How do you trick you into doing the show? Did he say, "Hey, you got any plans on Thursday?" That's the famous one for moving. They're always like, "Hey, you doing anything this weekend?" You're like, "No, hey, no. What do you want to do?" "Oh, I need someone to help me move."
He promised me that my takes would get read on the break takes if I hosted the show with him.
Because of the symposium, right?
Yes,
Okay, well,
50% more.
you know, Dino's got a lot of pull with Jim Rome. He's just gonna pick up the Jim Rome red phone and go, "Hey, Jimmy, it's Dino. I got a favor. Arman-Armadillo covered for me, so can you make sure that that his ex posts get on the break takes? Thank you very much." Click.
He posted something about Wes from Miami Beach or something like that, and Dino did and said that he was
Wes?
he made a joke about suing Jim for
No, it was Walter. Walter, yes.
Walt,
I'm
yes.
gonna remember that. That'll be something I dropped the Penske organization one when Walter
He
threatened to
liked
sue.
your stuff. You said a couple things. He read a lot of yours.
Did I?
Early part of the week, yeah. He read a couple things that you put up.
Probably Monday because my week went really downhill starting Tuesday. But that's good. Cool. Dude, this week feels like
relaxing.
it was 2 weeks put together. It's been something. So, yep. I am gonna have an update. Okay, wait. We got to drop what we're doing for Darren. Okay, I have you in my ear while the draft is in front of me. Aren't you glad you knew that?
Yes.
You know, I was really worried that Darren was just going to watch the draft and not have us in his ear. But now I can feel really good that
Hey,
he's
Darren
in our
followed
ear.
me today. Thanks, Darren.
Did he really?
Yes, thank you, my brother.
You know what? I was going to follow him live on the show last night.
We'll do it live. Fuck
Suck it. Do it live.
Because I unfollowed him because he's such a bag Seahawks fan. And I forgot I had unfollowed him, so I was going to do it live, and then we got sidetracked last night. And he wouldn't shut up. Darren, go back and listen to that show. You're talking all over me the entire show. See how Arman pauses, lets me say something, and then I pause and let him say something? I'd be like, okay, oh, yo, Lord, filling in for me, that'd be great. And like, okay, so, oh, Lord, I'm not worthy. Okay. Anyway, tomorrow. Oh Lord! Oh man! I can't believe if he filled in for me, this would be so good. Okay, I think we're good. So tomorrow I got. Oh gosh, if Lord. Okay.
The jukebox show that he did with Dino was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No,
because Dino passed out. He only got through 2/3 of the show. So I heard. Anyway. Anyway. Darren, gosh. Smoke a little more weed and drink a little more booze. Yeah. That's always good. Anyway. Here we are. We do have, speaking of Darren, I thought of you when I saw this headline. Not that you would do anything this stupid, but you were in Rangers. So this is breaking news. This is big time breaking news.
Shit is about to get real. HollywoodRejects.com has breaking news.
So I don't know if anyone was paying attention. This is like a lot of military engagements ago. But back in the day, we did capture the president or dictator of Venezuela, Maduro. Dictator Maduro, president, I don't know what his rank was. And there are betting sites called Kashi and Polymarket where you can make bets on anything. Like will the Iran war end by May 1st? You stuff like that. And you can make bets on it and get odds based on who's betting which way or whatever. Well, before we capture Maduro in this top secret raid that happened, about 4 to 6 hours before the raid, a bunch of people, well, not a bunch of people, 4 bets were made on that Maduro would be captured by the U.S. And they paid a lot of money. Like, a lot of money. Well, here's the first ball to drop. And there's been bets placed on the Iranian war. That went in place within hours of it starting. So it's basically people with inside knowledge. Here's the first ball to drop on this one. This is from like 20, 30, 40 minutes ago. I saw this. U.S. Special Forces soldier arrested after allegedly winning $400,000 on Maduro raid. So he obviously was involved in it. He knew it was going to happen. And as soon as he got the orders, and this is what we're doing in the briefing, he went to his phone, I'm sure, and went, ooh, put $20,000 on this thing that paid $40,000 because it was such a crazy long shot. So here's the problem with this. This is the problem with these sites, and this is the problem. First of all, Darren knows exactly where I'm going to go with this. You're basically tipping people that don't hold clearances, that aren't supposed to know this stuff. You're leaking information that something's going to happen. So if the owners of the website knew that this was a special forces person, they would have had early knowledge, and theoretically, you can call Maduro and say, hey, a special forces guy just placed a bunch of money, and he might know it's coming. That's why the term loose lips sink ships came from the World War II, because it was said if sailors would tell their parents or like, yeah, we're sailing tomorrow or whatever, the German U-boats, that person could tell someone else, and there's German spy, and then they get it, and then they know that ship's going to sail on such and such day, and the U-bots could track the ship and sink it. So loose lips, sink ships came out of people not keeping their mouths shut and giving away sensitive sensitive military operational information. This isn't politics. This has nothing to do with politics. This is not politics. U.S. Special Forces soldier after allegedly winning $400,000 on Maduro raid. Where in there is politics? I mean, theoretically, everything can be politics these days. I could sit there and go, oh, it was 78 degrees today. We broke a record. Oh, you're pushing global warming agenda. It's like everyone's looking for it. Anyway, this is not politics. This is about a betting site, and this is about... So anyway, this U.S. Special Forces soldier, we were talking about this yesterday, when Darren got pulled over, he was on leave and got pulled over, and the cop let him off the hook, luckily. This Special Forces soldier is going to get double jeopardy. He will get arrested by civilian courts for some, probably illegal trading or insider, because these betting sites are covered by the SEC securities trades, because that's how they're set up. They're set up like securities. Like if you make a bet on something, it's almost like an options.
Yeah.
Or
all the investing sites are doing it too.
Yeah, commodities, like you're betting on the price of oil, so you're playing commodities or whatever. So they're all regulated by the SEC. So insider trading, and then of course he's going to be in big shit because he divulged sensitive military operations that can put soldiers at risk. That's the whole thing.
Would he be
if the enemy
discharged,
knows you're
like
coming,
dishonorably discharged?
What's that?
Would he be dishonorably discharged, you think, because of that?
It always depends on what the evidence and whatever, but if he was caught giving away operational information before a raid, that would put, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You could get your whole unit wiped out if you leak information, the enemy knows you're coming, and then they set an ambush, basically is what would happen. And you could get a lot of people killed. So pick is in. Let me guess. It's the Raiders took the quarterback that everyone knew they were taking. John, whatever that dude's name is. Do you even know who it is? The quarterback for...
Indiana's quarterback.
Yeah. Can't think of his name.
It starts with an N. I forgot it too.
He's a nerd. That's all I hear him talking about on Rome is nerd. Bad conduct discharge, you think? I think it would be dishonorable. Bad conduct.
There we go.
Mendoza. Thank you, Darren. Bad conduct. I don't know. I bet it's dishonorable. Not to mention they got to set an example. Otherwise, bad conduct. As bad conduct and dishonorable, even though dishonorable is worse, they both screw you up for life. Those things are like scarlet letters. You do not want to be dishonorably discharged from the military or bad conduct discharged. Mendoza goes number 1 to the Raiders. There's now it starts getting interesting. I wanted to get number 1 out of the way. Number 2 will be interesting. Hey, how's the school going?
It's going great. We're almost finished with it. We just have to put the glass in the windows, and we're going to have some students that are already going to move in. So probably in the next, maybe a couple weeks, the students will start coming.
This is Malawi, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice. Are you going to be there for the christening, or are you still taking care of parents?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be there. I was going to try to go last month, but my dad was...
Right.
I couldn't put anybody with him.
Well, you were talking about taking your dad, possibly.
Yeah, it was way too much.
Right.
So,
no,
yeah.
Makes sense. So they are close. Very nice. How big is this school compared to all the other ones you've built? Is it like one of the biggest ones, or average, or?
So I didn't really build any other ones. We just rented places and we started seminaries in different places. This is the first place that I've helped build.
I didn't know this is the first one you've built. I thought
Yeah,
I saw you take a picture. Maybe I thought I saw you taking a picture of like. I thought there was another school you had built.
Well, I mean, technically, we built in that video that I showed.
I think it was
Rome,
a video.
That was the church, and I mean, I didn't build it, but one of the guys in our church is a mason.
Got it.
And then he and his team did that. And then right next to it is where the school is. It's across the street.
Nice.
And so it's the first time, like from beginning to end, like buying the land, talking to the chief. Yeah, anytime you buy land in some of these countries, you have to talk to the chief, and then he kind of signs off on it. He's like the city. He's like a mayor, and he signs off on it, and then you can start building. And like we invited him once we finished the church. That because we have the church, but then the seminary is in the church building, and then the classrooms are going to be for the elementary school.
Nice.
So,
is that? I remember seeing I think I saw a video you posted of a well. Is that in that same complex? The water well?
Yeah, that's in the school.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Did I hear knocking in the background?
Yeah, it's my dad.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
I have mice in the house. I want to make sure it's not the mice on the ceiling. Oh, we got another bot. Very nice. All right, so pick number 1 is in. And dude, I know you got your earbuds in. Take care of Pops whenever you need to. This is an informal show. So anyway, this U.S. Special Forces soldier, U.S. involved in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was arrested and charged for allegedly betting on the operation, netting $400,000 in profits. According to an indictment unsealed Thursday, Master Sergeant Gannon Ken Van Dyke opened an account in late December on Polymarket, one of the best-known prediction markets. He wagers about $32,000 that Maduro would be out by January. The bet was a long shot. But Van Dyke was involved in the planning and execution of Operation Absolute Resolve, prosecutors allege, and had access to classified information before he placed his bet. His winnings, though anonymous, caught the attention of law enforcement almost immediately. That's the problem. You can make anonymous bets. You can hide it. You can do all these things, just like the NBA bets where they get a friend to do it for them or whatever. Everything is so electronic these days, they're going to see the money. You're going to either put it in a bank, you're going to put it somewhere, you're going to buy something expensive. I mean, look, if you're in the military, you're not making a lot of money. So if you start throwing around $400,000 or moving it around, they're going to see it. You can't do things like you used to be able to do. It's all trackable. So taxes, all that stuff, the IRS, everyone sees it. That needs to see it. So anyway, Van Dyke, an active duty soldier stationed at Fort Bragg. There you go, Darren, one of your boys. Wait, you weren't at Bragg. You were at Benning, I think. Or did you go to Bragg? Bragg's Green Berets. Do Rangers go there? Faces 5 criminal charges for stealing, misusing confidential government information, theft, and fraud. He will make his first court appearance in North Carolina. No attorney has been listed for him on the court docket. He allegedly made 13 bets from December 27th to January 2nd, the last being hours before the overnight capture. Prosecutors said Van Dyke sent his more than $400,000 in profits to a foreign cryptocurrency vault before he deposited them in an online brokerage account. Moving it all over the place. Online brokerage account. A master sergeant in the Army is a senior, you guys don't. Master Sergeant in the Army is a senior non-commissioned officer, considered a key tactical leader and technical expert, and serving as the principal NCO, typically at the Army battalion level. And when he was caught, And they asked him, why'd you do it? He said,
Oops, my bad.
Benning. That's what I thought. You were at Benning. Rangers betting. Green Berets brag. All right. Any comments? You have any comments about that? I mean, it's interesting.
I mean, this summer when I was doing that driving job across, like I went to Florida, then drove to California. One of the guys that I work with is in the Navy, and he told us the day before we did those strikes to Iran and took out their nuclear facility. He said, "Hey, something big is going to go down tomorrow. I'm just letting you know, so when it does, you'll know that I told you." And I said, "How do you know this stuff?" And he said, "I have a friend, and it's like kind of the same thing. All these things are happening, and I know what's going down."
You know, I guess they scared me really good because I had a clearance and I had access to stuff, and I was terrified to tell anybody because in training and everything else, it's like, if you get caught doing this, you're gonna go to Leavenworth, and you're gonna be there for the rest of your life. And I was terrified. And now all these people are just like, "Oh yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go into North Korea and take out Kim Jong-un, and yeah, just wait till you see it. It'll be interesting." It's like, oh my God. Anyway, yeah, you still get good info. I'm sure you do. God, I don't know how these people do it. It worked on me. Of course, Nancy Reagan just no to drugs. I didn't do drugs either because I actually listen, and I don't want to go to prison.
I mean, was it worth it for him? All that, he was in that crazy raid that went so well, and now it's like all lost for the.
I think he would have said it was worth
Vrabel too.
Yeah, it was worth it until about 5 hours ago when he got arrested. He probably thought he made it. It's an anonymous bet. They see it. I'm telling you. How do you think? Hell, before the internet, how do you think they caught these spies? All these spies that would be passing, they figure it out. They catch it.
I mean, can you believe that? I don't know who had those pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini of
Talk about the new
from
ones?
6 years ago.
Yeah, right.
And they just held on to them.
Right.
Like
that's interesting. Because that doesn't make the one at the casino that Jim showed today, where they're just at the roulette table or whatever, and they're kind of across from each other. I can see how someone would take that and not think it's a big deal. But yeah, the bar, they're like right in each other's faces, apparently kissing. He's got his hand on her thigh and everything else. It's like, I mean, when that happened to who was the coach at Jacksonville at the Buddy. Anyway, when that happened to that guy, those photos were out the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he had the girl up against him, and that was out the next day. But you're right, these 6 years, and then anyway. Ryan's here. Had to pop in. Respect the hell out of you, Arman. There you go, Ryan.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
Ryan, good job, dude. Yeah, you guys have a lot in common, believe it or not. So you guys would have a good time chatting it up. Let's see, where are we going next? Oh, real quick, I got to update the mouse problem. Speaking of Rhino. So I did ask last night. I had 3 live traps in the attic. I took guesses on how many. I said there were going to be 2. I don't know what you guessed, Darren. Was it 1 or 3? I forget. It wasn't 2. None, which is good. So no trap mice. And the other update is I went up on the roof today because I'm literally 24/7 right now thinking, how are these things getting in my house? I know they're coming up from the second story and above. So I figured somewhere. So I went up on the roof last night. Or not last night. I went up on the roof after work today. And apparently the roofs, they vent so that you don't get the hot moisture and the mold and everything else. So there's gaps. Well, in the gap, and I just looked it up, They have a plastic like guarding there to keep pests out and to gap it and everything else. It has buckled in a couple places. I know where they're getting in, so I can't fix it yet. And then I looked up on the internet. I'm like, roof venting, plastic, and they're like, yeah, don't use plastic, use metal because the plastic buckles. And then bats and rats and mice can get in. So anyway, guess what I get to do tomorrow? I get to go up there with this copper mesh and plug all the holes. And it's one of those steep pitch roofs. It's a Cape Cod, and it is not a fun roof to work on. I like the old nice easy roof where you can just walk on it. This is like for crawling on it and trying not to slip backwards. So
is it regular shingles or slate or
it's
slate?
Regular. It's not wood shingles. It's the what do they call them? It's what do they call it? I can't think of it. It's like the tar with the rock on the one side, the little
the
asphalt stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. War Amazon, dude. Home Depot's too expensive. I get this shit on Amazon. So it comes right to you. I got all this copper, and apparently I'm not supposed to use steel wool, which is what I bought because it rusts. So I got this copper shit coming tomorrow, and what a pain in the ass. Anyway, home ownership. So, if I'm not here tomorrow, it's because I fell off the roof. Just saying. If I'm not here tomorrow,
get your GoPro set up.
You know what? So I am thinking about filming it, and I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. Like I'm going to have to tie it around my neck so I don't drop the camera. Anything that falls is going off the roof.
Put it on your hat like a miner. Steep. The mining lights on your cap. They have a clip for the GoPro.
Well, I have the headlamp, but I don't have a clip for my camera. I want to watch if I fall off. We had squirrels in our camper ceiling, and we tried to trap them and put up metal flashing around the vent, and they ate right through it. Wow. That's nuts. Apparently mice, I won't speak for squirrels, but this copper mesh stops them dead in their tracks, apparently. They can't get through it. So, there's that. Who's texting me? Is this you, Ryan? It's not Ryan, it's Ryan. It's my reminder that my wife's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah. It's her birthday tomorrow.
Are you doing something special? You said you were going to have a party, but it had to get canceled.
Yeah, she's not feeling. She feels like she's got a cold. Her parents are in their 80s. we don't want to get them sick.
Yeah, I feel it.
She wants French toast for dinner. That's it. She's really easy. Easy. Hey-o. She is low
Your
maintenance.
Wife.
She's low maintenance. She doesn't require a lot of. I asked her. She wants cake. She's like, after French toast, I'm not going to want anything sweet. So that's it. Her favorite dinner is French toast. There you go. Reading is white trash. Reading is hot in the summer. I know that.
My sister lives in Reading. Is it you talking about Reading, California?
California, yeah.
Yeah, my sister lives in Reading.
That used to be the farthest north. This isn't going to mean anything to you. Jim Boy's Tacos. And I knew I could get it when I went to Lake Shasta. I would just drive an extra 40 minutes, get Jim, and then they closed it. Reading is white trash. Yeah, so is Humboldt, Jay. That whole area.
Is Humboldt in Nevada? Where's Humboldt?
Humboldt is Eureka, California. It's on the coast.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a county. So it incorporates. It's basically in the 80s and 90s. They grew more weed there than anywhere else in the country. It gets a lot of rain. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and it's very mountainous. Lots of forest. You can hide your weed crops. By the way, speaking of no politics zone, apparently early next week, the government's going to reclassify marijuana, and it won't be such a big. It's not going to be a federal They're going to reclassify it, downgrade it. So there you go, potheads. Give them, you know what? Just for the potheads.
420 celebration.
What's that?
To celebrate 420. They miss it by a week.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to give the potheads. I'm going to give them their special pothead background. Here we go. For the rest of the show, potheads. There you go. Enjoy that. As long as you don't mind, Armin. I mean, you are co-hosting. Does that bother you?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
No.
Okay, potheads. There you go. Happy 420 week. And weed being not. I don't know that the federal government is legalizing it. They're just going to make it less of a big deal. It's not going to be a federal, whatever they do. I don't know what they do. Anyway, you got anything else before we move on to the next story?
No. Everything is good. Thanks for the clones for just reaching out. I know the other Darren, who's in Wisco, he has a book coming out, and he always reaches out. Yeah, I think he like just his recovery, and things that he's gone through is kind of just maybe his story. So
I always get these mixed up. He has something.
I know he volunteers for, I don't know if it's a recovery program, and he's with, he did a writing class, I think, for some people that were recovering from addiction.
I think he had a condition. I could be.
Oh, he might have something.
I could be confusing with another clone. I hope they let everyone out of jail. Oh yeah, for the marijuana offenses, absolutely. There's no unless they did something like get aggressive with protecting them, like it was violent. Unless it was violent, if it was just growing, yeah, they don't need to be in jail anymore. We can definitely put some bad people in that spot and let them out. If they just got busted for growing or having a big amount, silly. This is my personal thing. Let's see, what do we want to do? I don't know that I want that one. It's too serious. Let's look for. Okay, let's go with some fun. New York Post. Farmers want to breed uglier cows.
You one ugly motherfucker.
Farmers want to breed uglier cows after hordes of influencers inundate farms to take snaps with cattle. My cows don't get any peace. I'm going to show you. These are actually very good-looking cows. So I can see why influencers would drive out to the country and want to. Oh, come on, computer, don't you lock up on me. Would want to drive out and take pictures with the cows, but the cows aren't getting any rest. They're cute. I mean, I get it. Oop, that way too big. So yeah. So now the farmers are trying to breed.
Those look show cows.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to breed this type of cow or this breed of cow, but uglier. They're trying to mate the ugly cows with the other ugly cows, so they're not so good looking. That looks like AI picture to me.
Yeah.
That looks fake.
The ones in Malawi and Zambia are all emaciated. They should get those.
There you go. Yeah, get them. Influencers aren't driving out to see the emaciated I can't talk.
Jim can't say it either.
Malawi cows.
Yeah. Yes. Malawi. That's what Jim kept saying.
What is it? What does he say?
No, he kept. Whenever I would call, he would say Malawi instead of Malawi.
Malawi. Jim rarely gets it wrong. That's interesting.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one to say.
Malawi. It does look different than what you pronounce it. Good-looking cows like YYC. Right?
You one ugly motherfucker.
The sheep are jealous. So, back to this. Farmers want to breed uglier cows after hordes of influencers inundate farms to take snaps with the cattle. My cows don't get any peace. A fed-up UK farmer has pledged to breed uglier cows to curb the relentless tide of influencers lining up to snap selfies and generally harass his handsome Highland cattle. So they're Highland cattle. I wonder if if the Highland cattle are happy that the marijuana is going to get reclassified. That's a horrible joke. Quote, the intention is to make them less photogenic. Alex Birch from Derbyshire told the BBC of his plan to de-beautify his bovines. The 39-year-old cattle farmer said he's observed a concerning uptick in gawkers flocking to his farm in Baslow Edge to film viral videos of his animals, which are known as floofy due to their thick, shaggy fur, the Telegraph reported. If I had my way, I would ban the people, said Birch, but people won't go away, so I need to remove what's attracting them to the cattle. My cows don't get any peace, lamented the Brit, who's witnessed people hugging his tufty charges, taking selfies, and even pulling their tails in a bid to create viral content. I'm sorry. Once again, I have gotten pulled off of the story to a teaser story, and it's more interesting than the story I'm doing. Wait, whoops. Wait, let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Oh, it's almost on the screen. Hold on. This article right here, this is what I'm talking about. I'll read it because I don't want to have to resize this thing. I'm a sex therapist. I sleep with clients to save marriages? What?
That can be Vrabel's excuse.
What's that?
That can be Vrabel and Diana Rossini's excuse.
And Diana Rossini. I was just trying to save his marriage or her marriage. Right? Exactly. There you go. They were being generous, trying to save marriages.
He was about to get bobbited.
Bobbited. Oh yeah, right. I wish I had always that little ching, that Ginsu ching he has, that sound effect. By the way, we may have a clean, we're always looking to steal some of Alvy's sound effects, but Jim talks all over them. We may have a clean ghost sound effect from Alvy. I have not been told if it's, someone told me they think they had it, they're going to check. I haven't been told whether we have it or not, but the ooh, that's a great sound effect because it's funny. Anyway, sorry, the sex therapist. In fact, you know what? I need to save that for another show because I'm very interested in how she's saving marriages by sleeping with her clients. Birch recalled seeing someone filming a yoga video next to the cows, and even discovered bags of veggies that Oglers used to feed his cows. He also had to intervene when a group of 30 tourists cornered his herd with flashing cameras so they could upload the pics to social media. And of course, now I've got an ad right in the middle of my story. That's all right. I'll go up to this one. There's no ad up here. Despite reporting TikTok videos of his critters, which he claims encourage other seekers to follow suit, the platform allegedly never took them down. Oh, he filed a complaint. To stop... Okay, past that part. To stop...
They should go to James Kelly's farm. I mean, James Kelly has a ranch. Yeah, James Kelly does...
Hey, James, cattle. Are your cows ugly?
You one ugly motherfucker.
James, do you have... attractive cows or ugly cows? I want to know. To stop the intrusive photo ops, the cattleman has decided to remove his cows' good looks by crossing them with the white breed.
You racist piece of shit.
Shorthorn, which he described as a good, hardy cow that's not photogenic and doesn't have horns. It's an ugly cow. If I had my way, I would ban the people, said Birch, but the people won't go away, so I need to... Wait, I already read that part. His grandfather, David Thorpe, whoever that is, was not thrilled with the idea, given that the cattle had been in the family ever since he introduced them to the area in the 1970s. My granddad still wants me to have the Highland cattle, which we breed for meat, said Birch, who said he's not taking the decision lightly. However, the throngs of cattle paparazzi are more than just a nuisance. They're a liability. One Highland harasser claimed that one of Birch's creatures tried to attack his dog when it allegedly tried to defend its calves. And while Birch was allowed to keep his cattle on the 300-acre land, he worries that he can be subject to legal action if a tourist is injured. Of course. Stupid. Is this segment the Colin Cowherd approved? Yes, it's Colin Cowherd approved. True. They are highly unpredictable creatures, he said. They are like donkeys. They can kick hard. If you upset one, you will regret it. You will never outrun it. In fact, the Peak District National Park Authority warned against hugging or otherwise interacting with the animals due to the risk of being trampled, charged, or attacked, especially when cows have young. Which reminds me of the stories we have of all the idiots that go to Yellowstone and then try to get up with the buffalo, and then they get gored and flipped over their heads and stuff. Morons.
Alvy did that one story with the bulls that were running in Peru, and that one guy took a header by the bull.
Was it Peru or was it Spain? Did they run in Peru too?
They were run in Peru too. It was not in Spain. It was I think it was in Peru.
Okay.
And man, that was nasty. He got headbutted by the bull, and he should have died. But that was rough. That was a couple weeks ago.
I miss that. People are really dumb. They really are dumb. With the bull thing, this pot's bugging the shit out of me. I'm sorry. With the bull thing, because I'm seeing you and I'm seeing all this weed coming at me. With the bull thing, here, let's give ourselves a stormy background. Tornadoes and thunder and lightning. The Ring of the Bulls, I think a lot of that is less about stupidity and more about liquor. Lots of booze. Because you're like, oh, I'd never do that. And you have a couple of pops, and you're like, that'd be fun. We could say we did it. A couple more. We'll be fine. A couple more. Be like, yeah.
Then they don't feel it. Otherwise, they would.
Yeah. Right. But then your reflexes are shitty. I mean, drunk people can't fight. And I would imagine they wouldn't be good at, like, dodging a bull or running away from a bull or whatever. Stormy Daniels background. It's not Stormy Daniels.
Oh shit.
Not Stormy Daniels. How do I say this without being rude? Stormy Daniels?
You one ugly motherfucker.
That is not someone that I would consider. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Unless I was in the industry, and I guess we're talking 7 figures. Who's texting me? Yes, I know it's her birthday tomorrow. Give me a break. God. I think I set like 100 reminders. You don't want to forget your mom's birthday, and you don't want to forget your wife's birthday. You can forget your dad's birthday. You can forget I don't have. I have a stepbrother. You can forget stepbrother's birthday, but mom and wife, you do not want to forget.
Absolutely.
I think it's better. I think it would be. Look, they're both bad, but I think it would be better to forget your anniversary date than your wife's birthday. That's just me. I know they're both bad.
They're both bad. Do neither of them.
Right.
Remember both of them.
Right. But I think if I knew I was going to forget one, I think the anniversary is better. Just say, oh yeah, I got busy. The birthday, it's like, because it's their day. Anniversary, it's like I don't know. You're right. They're both bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are we doing? Oh, Tyler sent me this. It's funny because I saw the headline for this. I'm like, oh, I got to find the video. And then I never got around to it.
Tyler from Canada?
No, Tyler from Oshkosh.
Okay.
Not Shredmonton Tyler. This is Tyler from Oshkosh. He's in my little crew of clones. He's from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. All right. So here you go. Watch this. I mean, a lot of people have already seen it, but here.
Is there a bird?
Right
no.
back, and it is caught.
It went into his shirt.
It's in his shirt.
He caught the ball in his
Logan
shirt.
Gilbert wore that one.
Where's Wells?
Right back, and it
Right?
is caught.
He might have been.
No.
He was at the game the other day.
It's in his shirt.
I don't know when this happened.
Logan Gilbert.
It's amazing.
Right back, and it is.
He's looking
He
around.
turned right at the right
Caught.
time.
Right.
No. It's in his shirt. Logan Gilbert wore that one.
That is crazy. Oh, slow mo. Do they have another angle?
That was
Yeah, you
something
see
that
it.
you
That was
will
good.
not
Yeah.
see again. It went in his jersey at 108 miles an hour, right
That's
between the
crazy.
buttons.
Trying to
Hey,
defend
go
himself,
around
and you can
that.
see it go in the shirt right there.
What are the chances of
I
that?
know, right?
Right back, and it is caught. No, it's in his shirt. Logan Gilbert wore that.
Anyway, that's crazy. Just when you think you've seen it all. That's nuts. Speaking of fat, unbanned Wells today. That's never going to happen. I'm telling you guys.
And same with the boycott. The unboycott's never going to happen either.
I mean, did you hear today when he was saying if he pays that guy's speeding ticket,
yeah.
he might consider it? Listen, if he paid $350 to that guy's speeding ticket and the guy said, yeah, he really did pay for it, I bet you Jim would take him back.
Did
gets
he
talked
call
about
the
a
other
lot.
day?
Huh?
Did he call in the other day?
Yes, he called in to apologize, and they ran him. He's like, Rom, I just want to apologize. I did a real stupid thing, and then they ran him.
That made me laugh, and the adultery alarm. I could not stop
Holy
laughing.
crap, that was funny.
That was good. Yeah.
That was funny. I got a good
That-
story for you, or not. I mean, it's a bad story. Let me see. I don't know. I don't read the headlines. Hold on. Second thought. Okay. I thought it was a feel-good story. I can't tell.
I got a crazy story that actually happened to me. One of the craziest stories that ever happened.
Let's do it.
So, before we moved to Southern Africa, I was in college. I took a biology class. I went to seminary, but I wanted to do some science classes. So I took a biology class with this guy. No, it wasn't just one. In our class, we had a lab in biology, and there was 4 of us in the lab, 2 guys and 2 girls. And the guy and I used to carpool to get home after. It was a night class. And so just really good guy. We just had talked a lot, had a really great time. I ended up not pursuing. I was thinking about doing nursing, even though I did seminary. I ended up not doing it. And then we moved to Zambia, and then we were visiting Malawi to move to Malawi. So 10 years after being in class with this guy, I was in the supermarket in Zambia, and I saw a guy with like a coffee shop shirt from Maryland. And I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, you're from Maryland. It's incredible. I'm from Maryland too." And he turned around, and it was my lab partner from college that was in 10 years later in Zambia. And I remembered his name. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Mike, what are you doing here?" And he said, "What are you doing here?" And he had his wife worked for the State Department. She worked at the embassy, and he was teaching in an international school. And I told him, like, I'm doing missions work, and we're also here doing stuff. And it was crazy. It was right before we were moving to Malawi, so we talked a little bit. But it was insane. Like 8,000 miles away, 10 years later,
right?
And we meet in the supermarket.
And you may not know the answer to this question, but I've run into people that I've known like several states away, and you just happen to bump into them, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I went to school with you," or whatever. Did your brain do this? Like, where am I right now? Because that's what I did. Like, am I
Absolutely.
in Oregon? No, I'm not in Oregon. Like, where I know this person from. Like, am I where I think I am? that's where my brain goes the first time is like, where am I? Because I shouldn't be running into this person here.
Yeah. Well, and in like Africa, a lot of the shirts, like you know how they print out shirts if someone wins the Super Bowl, but they don't win it,
Right.
and so all those get donated.
Right.
So there's people have all these crazy shirts, and I'll always comment on them like, "Hey, are you a Patriots fan?" And they're like, "No, it's just a shirt."
Right.
And I would hear that all the time. It's just a shirt. So like when I saw a shirt from Maryland and like a coffee shop that I used to go to, I was like, wow, this is crazy. Someone, because there are, expats that are there and everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's my lab partner, it wasn't just
surreal.
Yeah. It was like we had a night class of about 30 or 40 people. And then he and I used to carpool for like a good, for the semester. So that was surreal. Now he's in Boston. And I would love to just connect with him again, like go up there and connect with him. But
so when he was there and you saw him, did you guys like reconnect for a little bit while you guys were in the same area? Or was
it was right before we moved to another country. So we just were kind of going back and he was also moving. He moved from there. His wife got stationed in Mozambique at the embassy.
Wow.
And like embassy is like military. You get put in a lot of different places.
Yep.
So he went to Mozambique, I went to Malawi, and then he moved to Massachusetts, and then I stayed in Malawi, and then we just would connect. I got another one too. You want another one?
Go for it.
All right. So the couple.
Hey, wait. Dino said you would have good stories, so.
I don't know if these are. I think that's like the guy catching the baseball in his shirt.
Right.
Like what are the chances of that?
Right. And that you're in the same store. You guys could have missed each other by 2 minutes, and you would have never known you were in the same area.
Yeah. So that was the craziest one. The other one it was not as crazy, but still pretty amazing. So between like we my wife and I were missionaries in Zambia for a couple years when we were first married. And then we came back to Maryland and we had our children and we were in Maryland for about 3 years before we moved back with our children to Africa. And I was working as a sky cap at the airport, which was a really fun job. BWI Airport, sky cap. It was always busy, just see all kinds of people. I met Cal Ripken. I met Chuck Liddell. When Chuck Liddell was wasted and I was checking him in. Wow. He must have had a bender before. That was crazy.
Wow.
But
that dude, every time he goes on Rome, he just seems like a really good guy.
He was really nice. He was just out of his mind.
Right.
But yeah, and Cal Ripken is a really awesome guy. He's really nice.
Yeah.
Guy. But I was working there and I was enjoying it, but I was missing, I was missing Africa and I was missing like the mission and stuff. And so, this one guy checked in, his name is Robson Mulambe. And I'm like, dude, you're either from Zambia or you're from Malawi or Zimbabwe, because that's like a really Southern African name. And he said, yeah, I'm from Malawi. I was like, oh man, I used to live in Zambia. I would love to get back, but I'm, we have a family now. I'm working here, but I really miss it so much. And I was kind of depressed a little bit. And he just encouraged me. He's like, man, if it's God's plan for you, he'll make it happen. Just be where your feet are, basically. That's what he said. And he just encouraged me, and we just had a great time. And I checked him in, and he was there visiting for some kind of conference. And again, let's fast forward 15 years later. I see him pop up on LinkedIn, and I say, hey, Robson, I don't know if you remember me, but I checked you in the airport. And I was just telling you how I was kind of depressed about missing Southern Africa and going back. Do you remember that? And he said, oh, yeah, I remember it. And he said, oh, how are you doing? And I said, you'll never believe it, but I'm in your home country. And I've been living here for like 5 years.
Wow.
And so he's like, oh, I'm in Malawi right now, too. I live here, too. And I was like, what? How long have you lived here? And he said for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So he had been, since, our time of being different places, he had moved to the United States. He had gotten married. And then he and his wife moved back to Malawi. And so we met. I said, hey, let's meet. We met. We had lunch. We've reconnected. And I said, like, man, you that little thing that you said to me at the airport where you just encouraged me to be where my feet are and believe God. He said like that. I told him that really helped me a lot. And now here I am. We have a school and everything at church. I said that a lot of it comes from just that little thing that you said to me.
Right.
And it was awesome. Like we became, for a few years, he came and spoke at our graduation. I told everybody that story. And the moral of the story is like, you don't discount a little thing you can say to someone because it can really encourage them.
Absolutely.
And so now he lives in Massachusetts also. So I have two people to connect with.
Yeah. Listen, it is amazing how a little bit of kindness can go a long way, especially to somebody that may be just not in a good headspace. Just a little kindness. You can just, and you never know, but if you're just kind to everybody, it'll come back. It comes back to you. It just, yeah. So yeah, I agree. I don't know why it reminds me of this story because it's a heavier story, but I remember when Jay Glazer was on Rome and he was talking about he had this book and this guy was going to North Carolina to commit suicide and he had just end of his rope, whatever, and he got an Airbnb and he was going there and it was going to take 3 days. It was going to, the beach and everything else, and then he was going to do this thing that he had been planning for whatever. And he's getting on the plane to go there, and he sees, oh, Jay Glazer's got a book. And he picks it up, and it was about mental health and everything else. And he said he read the whole thing, got back on the plane, went back home, and got some care. And then he told Jay Glazer a year or two later, whatever, you saved my life. That book literally changed my mind. Wow. And Jay doesn't write that book. We have a different story, and we never know. No one's going to ever know. Yeah. And it's stuff like that. You just never know. You just never know. And I have anxiety panic disorder. It's well managed right now. But I say that so that, and I've had people reach out to me in DMs and go, oh my gosh, I struggle with it, whatever. I'm like, listen, there's help. Do not give up. It's important. It's important. We are social creatures. We are social beings. We are not designed to take and fix all of our problems on our own. We're designed to help each other, and a little kindness goes a long way. So, yeah, that is a good story.
We got deep. Gail said it's too heavy.
Too heavy, right? Gail, you got to come on tomorrow and lighten it up. I came here for lame news, right?
It's my fault, my story.
It is his fault. No, it is. Listen, I try. I used to be a glass half empty. Hell, I'd be like the glass is only half empty, but it's filled with piss. I was negative attitude, negative. I default negative, and I've gotten much better with that. And I also, if I was in a bad mood, I would spread my toxicity to other people, which is just horrible. So now I try to spread kindness and stuff. So, yeah, it's important. So good story. I like it. Lamar the mouse is felching on a horse. Lamar! Those are two great stories. You got anything else? We're almost out of time. Gail's on the clock. Speaking of the draft.
I got one more, but I don't want it to be too deep. It's a pretty cool story. One more of these crazy.
Go for it.
All right. So when we lived in Zambia and we're moving to Malawi, I went to a dinner for like a celebration for one of the other African countries' independence. And it was some ambassadors there. So I went and I saw the Malawian ambassador to Zambia. So I started talking to him. I said, hey, we'd like to move to your country. And he said, come to my office. We sat with him. I told him we wanted to build a seminary and school and stuff. So he said he would help us. He wrote me a letter of recommendation. I brought it to the immigration office in Malawi. And that's how we got our work permit to stay there. 5 years down the road, one of the guys in our church said, hey, there's my friend. He goes to another church, but he needs someone to do his wedding because his pastor is out of town. Would you mind doing it? I said, yeah, no problem. I'll do his wedding. So I've done a couple weddings, and I try to do counseling with the husband and wife before the wedding, and I get their names and everything. And I noticed his last name, and his last name was Bandawe, which is the same last name as the ambassador. By now this guy was no longer the ambassador in Zambia. He was still in Malawi, but I started talking to the guy, and I said, I think your dad is the one that wrote me the recommendation letter so we could be in the country like 5 years ago. And he said, let's call. I said, is your dad the ambassador in Zambia? He said, yeah, he was. And I was like, no way, that's crazy. I cannot believe it. And sorry, Cindy. And he ended up, I did his wedding and everything, and I called his dad, and I said, this is crazy, but I'm the guy that was sitting in your office, the American guy that was sitting in your office 5 years ago, and you wrote me this letter of recommendation. And that little thing of kindness that he did, like you're saying, right? And then now I'm in the country doing the wedding for his son.
That is awesome.
So that was pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
Those are my three trinity of crazy stories.
That is great. Wow. Yeah, that is really, that's the full circle one. Good night, Cindy. And then we got nose picking in the chat.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful story, and I see nose picking. Giants are picking again.
We need to balance it.
Speaking of Giants, they beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. And we're horrible this year. That's why I'm wearing the Dodgers. You know who bought me this? You don't know who bought me this. You know who bought me this San Francisco Giants hat? A Dodger fan that lost a bet.
Wow.
Polly in Baldwin Park, a clone.
Can you see that one?
Africa, yeah. Nice. That's
from Namibia.
From what?
From the country of Namibia.
Oh, wow.
Southern
I
Africa.
said Libya.
I saw that. I was like, man, I need that.
That is nice. Dude, thanks for coming on. You're always welcome. Anything else to talk about on our way out the door?
Tomorrow you'll do, maybe stories that won't be as deep. At least you got.
Hey, these shows are whatever we want them to be. They were deep, but they weren't depressing. They were
that was
uplifting.
Good. War irate using dried boogers.
I saw that. Dried boogers is 5 gum, right? Yes.
Oh.
War irate, Craig.
He catches so much heat.
I remember that. It's funny because you said if we needed content or whatever, you're going to ask me when I became a clone, which isn't a really interesting story. But I remember exactly. I was listening live.
No. We'll do it live.
When Iray called and said he didn't have a home, he was just bouncing around, and then Rum goes, "Wait a minute, Iray." It was real serious. Like, "Wait a minute, are you homeless?" He goes, "Yeah, it's all right, Jim." And it's like, Iray, you do not have a place to live. Like Jim was, I could hear in his voice he was gonna find a way to help him out. He's like, "No, don't worry about me, Jimmy. I sleep on this couch, and then the other night I crashed over here, and Jim was concerned, as he should have been, and that's when it started. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably had 2 or 3 read, and the tidal wave of Irate Craig jokes started, and man, that show, and I felt guilty doing them, but I still sent them in. But
that's when you first started listening?
No. It just reminded me. I remember when that
thread
of jokes started.
Yeah.
I remember listening and that call and going, "Oh shit," and just firing up 1, 2, 3. I mean, just War Irate Craig, blah 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 blah. War Irate Craig, blah blah. Yeah, just and it's still going. And that call had to be like 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah, and then the Romageddon bum smack one I was on the ground. I remember listening to that.
Oh, dude. There are some shows that are just, they are front to back, they're just hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, there
Right,
are some
Darren?
shows that are so freaking funny. Clone since Darren says 97. I think I can date mine back to around 99. I know I was listening. I always know this, that during 9/11, I remember bouncing between Howard Stern and Rome and stuff. So I was listening, and I was listening before that, so I could count it all the way back to then. I could also figure I've had a fax read, so I don't know when they went from fax to text.
Nice.
But I had a fax read, I've had a text read, I've had an email read,
Thanks
and I've
for
had a tweet read. I've never called the show though, so I haven't done that. Yo, clones, please contribute to Armand's School Foundation. Exactly. Your Armand, is it a dash or an underscore? Armadillo dash, right?
Yeah, it's on
Yeah, Armand
PayPal
dash
is
Armadillo, huh?
Arman-Armadillo in Africa at Gmail.
And you have a link on your. Oh, you don't have a link on your.
No, I don't.
Anyone
like
can
to promote
DM you if they need to find out.
Yeah.
There you go. DM him, Armand dash Armadillo.
The clones have given a lot to the school.
Oh, wait a minute. Stop that. That's your name, but your actual address is at Arman-Armadillo with no dash. At ARMANARMADILLO. That's how you find him. Because if you put a dash in there, you're going to get the wrong person, or it'll be nobody. So, anyway, you don't have a dash in your actual address. I've been run twice. Darren, I almost ran you yesterday, so that would have been 3 times. All right, everyone, take care. Thanks for showing up, Arman-Armadillo. Hopefully, Dino's having fun doing whatever Dino's doing, and we'll be back tomorrow, Gail. See y'all later. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Filling in for Dino. All right, we're out.
Thanks.
Thanks for what now? Real quick.
Thanks for having me.
There we go. Now we're out.